Okay, Unit 3, the human body systems and senses. We are going to jump in with our vocabulary. The words that we are going to go over, I do not expect you to be able to use these words immediately in your daily language or being able to identify them and read them right away. But I do want you to be able to kind of start to build that background on things we know. Sound good? So we'll get over here. Slide 1, cells. What's our first word?
Cells.
Cells is going to be a multiple meaning word. We are talking about the human body, so the cells we are talking about are going to be the smallest units that make up living things, and they are microscopic. What does it mean if something is microscopic? Ray?
It's really, really tiny, and you can only see it with a microscope.
It is really, really tiny, and you can only see it with a microscope. These are those smallest living things that are making up, they're smallest units that are making up those living things, okay? Cells, what are they?
Cells.
So I zoomed in. This would be like what you might see under a microscope of some cells. Our next one is going to be circulate. What is our word?
Circulate.
Circulate just means to move around in a loop or a circle, which makes sense because in the word circulate, what word do you kind of start to hear or see? Haley, what do you hear or see?
Circle.
You kind of see. Okay, we're going to do a little glitch. We will keep going. So we have that circle. We almost hear it or see it in that word circulate. It's just to move around and do a loop or to circulate through something. So really important because we're going to see that a lot of the functions in your body are going to be doing that. I tried to connect it to kind of what we're doing. We start to see how those things are working together in order to keep your body running. So we'll get into it more as we cruise along too. Our next word is going to be the word functions. What's our word?
Function.
These are the actions or activities. I did not go to it. These are the actions or the activities that something is designed to do. So your eyes' function is to what? See. Their job, their function is to see. Your nose's function is to. Your mouth's function is to taste, right? So it has I guess your tongue's function is to taste. Your mouth would be more to eat. But you have, everything has a function. It's its intended purpose. So on here you can kind of see that skeleton. The bones have a function. Your muscles have a function. Your brain has a function. Your finger has a function. Its intended purpose is the function. Our next word, why is it going the wrong way? There we go. I did not change this picture. It's fine now. This is organs. What's our word?
Organ.
This actually works for organs as well because we start to see some in there. Organs are going to be the major parts of the body formed by tissues that perform a specific function. So my stomach is an organ. It has a function to take food, hold it, break it down, get ready for digestion, right? If an organ starts not working, it starts to not function, you could have some problems. So organs, it's just a group of tissues. They come together and they have a job to do. Your skin, does it have a job?
Yes.
It's an organ. It's your largest organ in your body, on your body. We're going to learn more about it, but it has a function, okay? It has a job. It keeps you protected. It keeps everything in. It keeps you warm. If it's not working, there are going to be issues. And then our next word, which probably should have come before this one, was the word tissues. Tissues are masses of cells. Remember we just learned about cells? Cells are those little teeny tiny things that are so microscopic. But when you get tons and tons and tons of those cells together, they make up a specific structure that come together to form tissue, and that tissue comes together to form organs. Definitely a different order we should be showing these in. We should do cells, tissue, organs, functions. I don't know. But we kind of get the idea of some of the things we're going to be learning. Brock.
My dog got his leg ripped and his tissues came out.
Yep. So you start to see it kind of looks like it's hanging out. It's tissue.
Ew.
And we're going to get more into it. We're going to see examples of this stuff as we go. Haley.
So like a brain is an organ.
Yes.
And it's made out of tissue.
Yes. And tissue is made out of?
Cells.
You're getting it all together. Okay. We've got to move on. But third graders, We are going to learn about how the human body works, and we're going to review different ways to help keep your bodies healthy. Do you already have some good background knowledge in keeping your body healthy?
Yeah.
Definitely. I am sure you do. You are going to be learning mostly about 3 of the human body systems. Mostly about 3. Sound good? We're going to learn about the skeletal system, which is made up of your
Bones.
You're going to learn about the muscular system, which is your
Muscles.
and you're going to learn about the nervous system. Did we learn a little bit about the nervous system when we did animals?
Yes.
Yeah, we sure did. We learned about the spinal column being part of it, and it's sending messages to your brain. So we're going to learn about the nervous system. We are going to focus on how they all work together to help your bodies function. Remember, our word function means to make something work. So we're going to be learning about how they can come together to help your body function. There are more systems in the human body. In fact, we said there are how many?
7.
There are 7 systems in the body. We're going to focus in on 3. Do you think that's enough for 3rd grade?
Yeah.
I would think so. We will get into 3 of them. We'll touch on all of them, but focus in on 3. With the exception of the brief overview of some of the systems, like I said, we are going to do, and we actually start a little bit today. You'll mostly learn about those 3. You will learn about the other ones in later grades. Sound good? So you're going to learn about 3 main ones, or 3 not main ones. They're all pretty main. This coming up. We are going to do a KWL chart. Has anybody ever heard of a KWL chart?
No.
We are going to go ahead and do one. So this is going to be, you don't have to take yours out yet, in our activity notebooks. And I'm going to show you it first, and then we'll work on it together. This is the KWL chart, and this can be found in our new activity books I just gave you. Put it away. A KWL chart, KWL, it stands for the K. Does anybody know what it stands for? No. That stands for no. But not like, no, you can't do that, as in like, no, I know it in my brain. K-N-O-W. This is what I know. The W is what I wonder. So questions you might have. I wonder why this would be important. Any wonders? And the L is what you have learned. So are we going to be able to fill out what we learned right away? No. The K and the W are the first focuses. The L is after we focus on something, we'll fill it out. So we have KWL charts for the human body systems. The first one we're going to see in our book is going to be for the skeletal system. The next one is going to be for the
Muscular system.
The next one is for the
Nervous system.
and we do have a few more. We also know we're going to be learning about the senses. So we have one for eyes, ears, just eyes and ears. I guess not. And that's okay. So we're going to be working in on that skeletal. We're going to be filling out these KWL charts as we go. And we can use these pieces as we go through our read alouds, as we go through our reading, and we're going to use these to add more to them, okay? Perfect. So we will pause there for 1 second. Like I said, these can be found in your activity notebook. These are going to be the first few pages. Are we doing the L right now?
No.
We have not learned anything new yet. That comes later. What I want you to do is just take a few moments. This kind of goes with what you guys just did on that piece of paper, but now we're breaking it up. And I want you to write down, what do you already know about the skeletal system? Make sure you're paying attention to what function or what system we're on. What do you know about the skeletal system? What questions pop up? Try and do this in a nice and organized way. Flip it over and do it for muscular system and nervous system. Let's stick with just the systems for now. Does that sound good? Are we doing ears and eyes yet?
No.
I want you to go through, fill out the no. What do you already know? What do you wonder for these systems? I'll give you a few minutes to work through it. Does that sound good? Start to fill it out. Go.